Welcome and let your journey to soul expansion begin. I'm your host, Kristen Kaczynski. This show will take you on a journey of expansion, encouraging you to release the limitations of your mind and lean into the wisdom of your soul. Remembering who you are on a soul level will help you release your conditioning, expectations, limiting beliefs, fears, and worries, and evoke a life expanded by your energetic alignment. Whether you're an entrepreneur who wants to grow your income and impact, or someone who knows in your heart of hearts that you're made for more, this podcast will help you awaken the power that's already inside of you, allowing you to attract an easy flow of money, clients, opportunities, and fulfillment. In each episode, you'll learn something new, expand your consciousness, and you'll walk away with a glimpse of what's truly possible for you. If you're ready to follow your soul's calling and live a more expansive life, you're in the right place. Welcome, and let your journey to soul expansion begin. Literally every success story that you can think of right now, they got there through manifestation, whether they're aware of it or not. People always think, oh, they got their lucky break. Why isn't it happening for me? It happens for people that you look up to because they are doing the work to align themselves with their goals, with their desires, and they're letting themselves be guided by their intuition. Here's the thing, your intuition is quiet. She's really subtle. She, kind of like comes out of nowhere and she doesn't make a big fuss, right? She like taps you on the shoulder and is like, hey, maybe you should go in this direction. But she's not super bold. She's not as loud as your ego, right? Your ego, the thing that lives in your brain that beats you up all the time, your ego is really loud. Your ego is really aggressive. Your ego, tells you, oh, you shouldn't do that, or, oh, that's a dumb opportunity, or, oh, you shouldn't take advantage of that. And your ego is so freaking loud, especially if you have unhealed trauma, unmet childhood needs, if you haven't done any inner work, your ego is going to be so freaking loud that you can't even hear the quietness and the subtlety of your intuition. And so don't be surprised if you don't get your lucky break yet. Because the lucky break comes from your soul, right? Like she is always guiding you, or he is always guiding you, or they are always guiding you to your highest intention, to your highest purpose, to everything that you desire. But they're so subtle. The intuition, the soul is so subtle and so quiet that you can miss it every single day if you're not awake to it. And so many of us are asleep to it. So many of us struggle to hear the subtle signals from our intuition. We don't believe that a random person that messaged us asking about the dress we're wearing could be a paying client in 3 days' time. Or we don't believe that someone who has never liked a photo, never commented, never DM'd you is about to hire you. Like we have so many ego limiting beliefs that are holding us back from following our gut, from following our intuition, from following our soul. So the more you can tune in to the very subtle, very quiet signals that your soul is putting in your path, because she always is, or he always is, or they always are. Like there's always things being put in your path that are leading you toward everything you desire. But it's a matter of being awake to them. It's a matter of being able to see through the struggle, see through the obstacles, see through the pain you're in, and go after those opportunities or take that inspired action that is going to lead you to what you ultimately want. Until we shed the layers of trauma, until we meet the childhood needs that have gone long ignored and repressed, until we start practicing getting into our body and feeling safe and at home in our own bodies, until we go inward, it's going to be a struggle and an uphill battle to build our most abundant business. Those lucky breaks will seem to happen for everyone else except for you. But it's because you're not listening to those deeper, subtler signals that are already here. And I understand that it's really freaking hard to believe in this, right? And something I said recently on a podcast interview that's going to air later on the Soul Expansion podcast was, I didn't come to spirituality because I actually believed in it. I didn't believe in it. I came to spirituality because I needed something to believe in. After building up my business to 10K months and eventually to 6 figures, after, working myself tirelessly, doing everything one of the, most powerful marketing strategists I've ever worked with told me to do, and doing it perfectly and checking every box and, really working all the strategic angles to set myself up for success. Despite all that, there was a point where it wasn't enough. And so what else could I do, right? Like I had tried all of the logical strategic things that I had been told to do. I had, worked with a lot of strategy coaches. I took the action. I got shit done. I did the work, and it wasn't enough. So what are you supposed to do in that moment? When logic and strategy and evidence fails you, at that point you have to turn to faith. And I don't mean like a specific religious denomination. I mean faith within yourself, faith within something bigger than you. And so I became spiritual not because I actually believed in any of this before. I was the person who rolled my eyes at people who said that they could manifest clients. That doesn't work in the real world, I used to say. That might work for them, but they're just lucky. No, they're not lucky. They're paying attention. They're paying attention to their intuition. They're paying attention to the incredible power and magic of their subconscious minds and of their energy. When I started realizing that there was something bigger than me that I could tap into, and that's where the lucky breaks actually come from, let's be real, I became obsessed in a really good way, in a healthy way, right? Like I wanted to go deep on this work because it felt so right. It felt so connected. It felt like the truth. Not a truth, but the truth. Otherwise, how would, people who come from nothing skyrocket to being millionaires or billionaires? How would people who are in the worst struggle of their life be able to shift that and change that and come out as empowered, enlightened, and wealthy and joyful human beings? How could that happen if there wasn't something bigger, something more magical, something more mystical to tap into? If hard work really led to money, then why is the entire middle class not making enough? Right? Like, I know so many people who work really, really freaking hard at their jobs and they're not making enough to live the lifestyle that they truly desire, right? I was in corporate for a brief stint. What's crazy is I'm almost, I guess I'm 2 years out of corporate. So next year I will be out of corporate just as long as I was in corporate. That's going to be kind of interesting to see how I've evolved and changed in that time period. But for my brief stint in corporate, I didn't work that hard actually, if I'm being honest. But I knew I wanted to get out. But I saw people around me. Let me take it from that angle. I saw people all around me who did work really hard, long hours, put the time in, paid their dues, as we like to say, and didn't get the promotion or the salary that they truly wanted. So hard work doesn't equal money, and neither does paying your dues or time spent. If you want to build your most abundant life and your most abundant business, you got to start going deeper. You got to start going within so that you can awaken to see, hear, feel the signals of your intuition and know when you're on the right path. So much of skyrocketing to success, so much of quantum leaping is simply having that deep inner knowing that you're going in the right direction, having that faith, that trust, that embodied certainty. Because if you don't have that certainty, what happens? You change directions. You get nervous about, making a wrong move, or you worry when the logical evidence doesn't show you that you're going to make your income goal this month or this year. Did you hear the news? The Soul Expansion membership is officially open for business. I created this program for those of you who don't want my help with your business strategy. You've got that down, or you have another mentor who's supporting you with that. But you really, really, really want to go deeper on the mindset and energetic stuff with me for a low cost. And it truly is low cost. So as part of the launch, we were able to offer our founding members $88 per month enrollment. And for a very limited time, I'm giving you the chance to get locked in on that. So this is only valid through the month of November. After November, the $88 per month rate will be going up to $111 per month. So I highly recommend signing up now. And if you sign up during the founding members enrollment period, which again is November 2021, then you will lock in that rate of $88 per month for the life of your enrollment. So as long as you never cancel your membership, we will grandfather you in to $88 per month. When you join this program, you're getting 4 healings per month on specific mindset and energetic topics related to business. So pre-sale for September and October, in September we did receiving. So there was breath work, there was some EFT tapping, there was meditations, there were journal prompts, all about receiving. In October, we did divine feminine energy. And with this, we did visualization, somatic healing, hypnosis, some more breath work and journal prompts. And this month, November, we're doing launching challenges. So again, you can get signed up for only $88 per month at the founding members rate through November 30th. That does expire starting December 1st. After that, it will be going up to $111 per month. When you get signed up, you can cancel at any time. Just note, if you cancel, you will lose your founding members rate of $88 per month. But I really think you're going to love this because I'm constantly updating it. Every single month, you're getting 4 healings, 3 are pre-recorded. I actually even do 1 healing live per month. So you actually get some live FaceTime with me, which is amazing. And you always get journal prompts every single month. So lots of tools, lots of resources to support you as you start to embody some of these mindset and energetic things that we're talking about on the podcast on a deeper level for your business. So I'd love to see you join the Soul Expansion membership, and you can do so by going to mysoulexpansion.com. Again, that's mysoulexpansion.com, and I hope to see you inside before we raise the prices. So you need something bigger than you, more intelligent than you to guide you through the shitstorms, because nobody gets to skip the shitstorms, right? I think we look at the shitstorms we're currently in and we think to ourselves, why is this happening to me? Why am I the unlucky person who has to deal with all of this? You're not. Everyone has their own shitstorm at one point or another. And actually, at every level of entrepreneurship, you will experience a new flavor of shitstorm. I just pictured what a shitstorm would actually look like, and that's a pretty gross image. But it's true. I mean, you will experience a shitstorm at every single level of entrepreneurship. So it's not about avoiding the shitstorm. It's about how you move through it. It's not about being so lucky that nothing bad ever happens to you. It's about moving through the quote unquote bad stuff, knowing that you are still supported and guided, and being able to listen to those subtle cues and trust the cues of your intuition, knowing that you are still on the right path, even in the darkness. Intuition is like the light at the end of the tunnel that is so faint, but you have like a knowing that it's there, right? Even if you can't really see it, there's just a deep knowing that there is that light at the end of the tunnel and that you are in the right tunnel, right? Because we can veer off to the side, we can take detours, we can take shortcuts, we can get off track if we don't know how to listen to our intuition. But when we can have that deeper knowing, that intelligence below conscious awareness that you can't really even explain with words, it's that gut feeling, it's that knowing, it's that pull. When we are able to tap into that, we can continue walking through those dark tunnels knowing we're going in the right direction. And there may be moments when it's really, really dark. There may be moments where it seems like nothing is working out. But when we tap into that deeper intelligence, we get that reassurance that we need to keep going, because the biggest mistake you can make in any endeavor that you take on as a human being, the biggest mistake you can make is quitting too early, giving up too early, deciding that it's just not for you, even though deep down you're still craving it deeply. That craving is your intuition. That craving is not by accident. You are always being led one step closer to what your soul is yearning for, to what your soul is desiring. The only way you can fuck it up is by quitting too early or by not listening. The reason why your intuition is so subtle is because it's not held in the realm of the mind. It's held in the realm of your soul, your energy, your essence, right? Like, if you're disconnected from your body, if you're disconnected from energy, if you're disconnected from awareness besides conscious awareness, if you're not able to expand your awareness to see beyond what's right in your headspace, what's directly inside of your brain, your ego, if you can't expand beyond that, you can't access your intuition. Because it is below conscious awareness. Because it is a different dimension, right? Like, it's not even the same dimension as your brain. It's a different sensation, right? So, like, you know how smell and taste and sound are all different senses, right? And like, you can't necessarily smell a sound, although some people actually can. But it's hard to communicate sound from the sense of smell, right? Like, they're different senses. They don't speak the same language. The same is true with your intuition and your brain. You can't access your intuition from your brain because it comes from a different sense. Just like, sound comes from a different sense as smell. And it's really challenging to bridge the gap between those two senses. The same is true of your brain and your intuition. So clearly you need to go within, right? Clearly you need to do the healing work. Clearly there's, things happening outside of your conscious awareness that if you can open up your awareness, if you can expand your awareness so you can actually receive the information, the intuitive nudges, the messages, the downloads, then you can, start to move toward your own freaking lucky break, right? Like we all have access to lucky breaks, but we have to do the work to position ourselves to be able to receive them, right? And we can't receive them if we don't do the inner work. I've been doing this work for, almost 2 years now. And something that's been, really interesting as I've continued on this journey is as I go deeper, I start to hear my intuition louder and louder, right? And the interesting thing is it was always there, but I didn't recognize it. And the way your soul, the way your intuition guides you to your lucky break is through really random, from the context of your conscious brain, it seems like really random things are just coming into your energy, coming into your awareness, and you're like, well, this doesn't I don't see how this fits into the bigger picture, right? But that's the magic of it. You can't see how it fits into the bigger picture until you're on the other side of that lucky break. So as you develop that trust with your intuition, you start to realize, oh my God, I met this person when I hired my social media manager forever ago. And then months and months and months and months later, she decided to create a TV network. And then months and months and months and months later, she decided to ask me if I could, be on her TV network as a guest speaker. And that actually happened today as I'm recording this. I was on her TV network, which is just freaking amazing. Like I've always wanted to be on TV. I wanted to be an actress before I decided to be an entrepreneur. So, I could have never guessed that the social media manager that I, didn't necessarily get value out of over a year ago that I hired to, message people would message this person, and then this person would have this idea for the TV network, and then she would have the idea to reach out to my team, and then my team would say, hey, we think this is a valuable opportunity. We think you should consider it, because I get these opportunities all the freaking time, right? So how did all of those things unfold, and why did I say yes to it? Because my soul was guiding me toward it, and because the universe is more intelligent than we can possibly imagine. And if we're not listening, if we're not seeing, if we're blind to these little micro opportunities that are unfolding before us, we never get to our lucky break. Because lucky breaks don't come from control and planning and, trusting only logic and evidence and what's in front of you. Lucky breaks come from being so open to things falling into place, even though it makes no sense, but trusting that the quantum field can rearrange, situations, people, and events to bring about the thing that you're wanting to manifest. Trusting the quantum field, trusting the universe so deeply, and frankly, not caring about how it happens, but just letting it happen. That's how you get to the lucky break. You don't get there by control. You don't get there by strategizing for it. You get there by leaning into that wisdom of your intuition and of your soul and letting things unfold. So if you are wanting to go deeper on this, we just launched the Soul Expansion membership. And at the time that this episode is scheduled to come out, you will have an opportunity to join for only $88 per month. So this is our founding members rate. We will be raising the price starting December 1st, 2021. But the Soul Expansion membership is going to guide you to healing those layers of ego control and trauma and unmet childhood needs, so you can open up and awaken to all those subtle signals from your intuition, from your soul that are already here, but you're blind to. It's perfect for you if you don't really need strategy help, or you don't want strategy help in this exact moment, or maybe you're already supported from a strategic perspective. But you do want help accessing your intuition. You do want help going within. You do want help releasing patterns that no longer serve you and are actually holding you back from your own lucky break. So check out the Soul Expansion membership at mysoulexpansion.com. And until next week, I am Kristen Kaczynski. Next week, we are talking about some money mindset stuff. So I'm going to be teaching you wealthy goddess mindset and lifestyle upgrades to put you in the energy of your own wealthy goddess or your own wealthy god or your own wealthy whatever you want to call yourself. So get excited for next week. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review. Share this with a friend. And I can't wait to talk to you next week. Thank you for honoring your soul's calling today and taking the time to listen to this episode of the Soul Expansion Podcast. If you have a question you'd like featured or have a topic idea, I would love to hear from you. Find me on Instagram at Kristen Kaczynski and send me a DM with your request. Remember, you are a truly limitless being. The limits you see now are only an illusion. Whatever it is that you desire, that's already yours. It already exists in the universe here and now. You simply have to awaken to what you already have. And I hope this episode brought you a little closer to that truth. If you love this episode and would like to give from your heart and appreciation, please take a few moments to screenshot it and tag me in your stories on Instagram, or write a brief review on your favorite podcast platform. Your voice truly matters, and your feedback helps to spread abundant expansion to a broader audience. And what a gift that is, right? Just think about how much abundance will come back to you if you help a friend experience their own soul expansion. And with that, I just want to say thank you for being you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time, I'm Kristen Kaczynski, and I love you.